Hi, and welcome to Grateful Rescue TV. I'm Pamela Terhune, and I'm here with my dear friend Patty Spittler and Harry.
Harry,
doesn't he look wonderful?
oh, Harry, by
Did
the
you
way,
get a haircut, Harry?
little backstory on Harry. I got him from Grateful Rescue. My Stewie needed a buddy because his other rescue friend had passed away.
Yeah.
So we waited several months, and it was in September. And look at him now, Grateful Rescue Maltese, and he just got groomed.
He just got groomed, and thank God he got groomed because he didn't have any hair when you first got him. That's how I named him Harry.
That's why I named him Harry, because he didn't have any hair. But look at him now. So we had to trim a lot of hair off. Grooming is important. Just let me say quickly, not just to make them look sweet and wonderful, but also because groomers can find out, things that you may not know, like lumps and bumps and things like you mentioned, ears.
Yep. When they trim their ears, they might find some redness, and yeah, they touch everything. So
Yep.
So yeah, grooming is more important than just a beautiful coat.
And he won't be this white for long, so enjoy it now. You have a story for us to tell us about.
I do. We had a cat hoarder situation a while back, and we're going to take a look at a story on a special cat. Pay attention to the orange one.
Oh.
In the summer, one man was brought 20 cats in a 90-degree heat, where they brought them here to find them homes.
On one Saturday afternoon, Jeff Pettigrew was home and was asked to help take in some cats, as he's done before along with his help from his friend, Janet Stockham. But this group of cats was different. They were in a small pickup truck in the sweltering summer heat.
They had been in that truck for 2 days already, and somebody called the police on them. They came here asking for help. I called the shelter. They really couldn't take them, so I agreed to let them stay here until we figured out what to do next with them. That's kind of what we've been doing ever since. We put in air conditioning, we feed them, we got litter boxes, we got everything they need there, and we're just trying to find them good homes.
Jeff has a passion for animals, and in particular, the feline sort. He wants to take care of them no matter what breed they are, just so they find a good home and are healthy along the way.
They not only just need food and water and a soft bed, they need people. They need people. They need human interaction, and they even need social interaction with other cats. And I make sure they get that too. It's important. You can't just stuff them in a room or a garage or someplace and just ignore them and toss some food in there once a day. And no, they need you too. They don't just need the sustenance, they need people. And as you can see, we like cats here.
Janet helps out not only with Jeff, but with a multitude of other cat programs, and knows many folks in the cat community who are willing to sacrifice a little to help with the felines in need.
They're well fed. My sister-in-law Chris sent food here, well, to me, and I gave it to Jeff. Kim Spalding and her husband gave toys and blankets, and Patty Guzik gave toys and blankets. I mean, the outpouring, I don't know, I've been doing it not as long as Jeff has, but my whole life is cats now.
Grateful Rescue has stepped up to help Jeff every step of the way.
She's promoting the adoptions. She's gotten their microchips. She's helped get their shots, vet checks. She's helped get some of the things they need. She's a lot more experienced with this than I am, so I'm kind of learning from her.
I followed Pamela on Facebook and social media, seen her on TV, and when Jeff told me that Grateful Rescue was involved, I just was like, I was ecstatic. I said, this is fabulous. This is absolutely fantastic.
Jeff's passion and care for these animals comes out in his love for these furry friends to find them their forever homes.
It's wonderful. It's a wonderful feeling. I wish I could do them all today, but it takes time, and I'm willing to put in the time and effort to make sure they all get a home.
And we're here with a very special family. My son and my grandsons, Eli, Andrew, and my son Sam, and a really special kitty named Socks.
Socks went from living in the back of a pickup truck with 20 other cats to having 2 young boys and me just, loving him constantly. He's got endless love here. He's got, between the 3 of us and Molly, he's always got somebody that'll love on him and, treat him like a member of the family.
Do you kids help take care too?
Mm-hmm.
What are your responsibilities?
Lunch, technically like feeding him and stuff. Come on.
Who cleans the litter box? Dad.
I take care of the socks box.
The socks box, I love it. And Socks has gotten a little bit bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's definitely eating a lot better than he ever has before, and he's got a little bit of a tummy to him than when he first came to us. When he first came to us, he was very, very, very small, and
I think he has some fleas going on. He was in pretty rough shape. So tell me about when you brought Socks home. Did he seem to, since he was a part of a hoarding situation, did he seem to act out of place, or was he pretty comfortable when you brought him in?
Right away, he warmed up to our Dalmatian named Molly.
Stay. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, they're best friends. Best friend forever.
They sleep next to each other. They play next to each other. He's been a godsend to us, and we're happy to have him.
And he's my grandkitty. So that'll be it from Grateful Rescue TV at Sam's house. And we took 3 of those cats and made sure they had good homes.
Great rescue.
Yep,
That's what you do.
that's what we do.
Hey, got another cat story for you here. Our Renee Jameson went to Pendleton, and what they have there is a program where they take these cats who have no home, and prisoners take care of them.
Oh, how nice.
So it's good for the prisoners.
Yeah,
It's good for the cats. It's win-win.
win-win.
Purr. Here's more with Renee Jameson.
A maximum security prison, the Pendleton Correctional Facility in Madison County, Indiana. Not a place
It's a sanctuary, literally.
you would expect to find a sanctuary where cats find peace and promise.
You can have them sitting there and like feel the vibrations of them purring and everything. And I mean, it brightens you up, and it helps you feel a lot better.
They're caretakers, inmates who are behind bars for committing major crimes. They are carefully pre-screened and must complete an interview to be part of the Feline and Offenders Rehabilitation with Affection, Reformation, and Dedication program known as Forward.
It's this bright place that you can look forward to, and I just look at them like they're my buddies. I'll sit there and talk to them, and they'll meow back, and we just have a nice time.
Inmates like Nate Bowles and Richard Simmons spend several days a week, many hours a day, feeding and looking after the cats, as well as cleaning the sanctuary, which opened in 2015. It was built through donations and constructed by prisoners. Cushions line the chairs, cubbies cover the walls, and beds blanket the table. It is a place of calm and of second chances.
When we share something so incredible like the pain in life, it brings a light to us.
The cats come from the Animal Protection League in Anderson. Many of them were abandoned on the streets, others abused. Some cats come here unadoptable, afraid of people, unwilling to be touched.
And it's very important for us to help these animals that can't really help themselves.
For one, it makes you want to behave because you don't want to lose your privilege to come see the one thing that's the best part of your day. But it also gives you things to do. It gives you something to care about, and it gives you, purpose.
Forward received the ASPCA Advocate of the Year Award in 2022. An honor for sure, but perhaps even more gratifying is what the people who work at the prison have witnessed in terms of how the inmates now behave and interact with each other as well as staff.
I've got several of the workers that have made great changes. They've straightened up. There's no conduct out of them. They're polite, they're respectful.
Sergeant Reinhardt says what they learn here is crucial within the prison and when some get released. Things like a good work ethic, responsibility, love, and empathy.
Absolutely. They normally become a little bit more soft-spoken, and they have learned to have a little bit more patience. And I think their understanding is better.
The bonds between the inmates and these little guys may be formed in a place of confinement, but for the cats, the shackles of doubt and fear are unlocked through the persistence and patience of prisoners.
We had this one, and he was like a statue for like 3 days. I mean, just petrified. Wouldn't even run from you. He was so scared. I've gotten him to the point like I can pick him up and put him on my lap.
The goal is to get these cats adopted. Those who aren't will remain here, but so far, dozens have found new homes.
Whenever you see something growing up from a kitten and you spend years with it and then it goes away, you got to remember that something's better. You know what I mean? Everything is for a better reason.
Cats, once unwanted and often mistreated, now have plenty of room to roam without reserve and happily absorb the attention they never had but always deserved.
You could see the results of what you do by how they approach you and how much friendlier they are. And I mean, they accept all the love that you give, and then they give it right back. And it's just nice. It's really reciprocal, and it's wonderful.
Ironic that these sweet and innocent creatures came to a prison to find freedom and maybe one day soon a new family. For Pep House TV, I'm Renee Jameson.
You're invited to a dog-friendly party to view the solar eclipse. Join Grateful Rescue in Muncie, Indiana on April 8th. Food trucks, games for the kids, and plenty of room to roam with your dog. Help Grateful Rescue save homeless animals. We'll see you at the dog-friendly eclipse party.
We're building a place where homeless animals find forever homes. A place where people connect with animals in a beautiful park. A place that brings people and pets together, building lifelong bonds. That place is the Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary, a proud partner with Best Friends Animal Society.
Gourmet cuisine, breathtaking views, and a vibrant space to connect and enjoy. Skyline Club Indy, 36 stories high above downtown Indianapolis. Join the club today and enjoy an elevated experience. Take part in a full schedule of events and special gatherings. Skyline Club Indy, a place to celebrate. And back here at the beautiful Skyline Club, thank you, General Manager Jeff Markowitz, for letting us use this wonderful place, my favorite place to come. And we want to talk about an event coming up. There's this little thing called the Eclipse.
Yeah.
And Grateful Rescue is doing something that's also dog-friendly.
We are. It's called a Total Eclipse with My Heart.
Oh.
And it's going to be held at the future grounds of Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary, where we're expanding. And it's just a tailgating day, dog-friendly activities, kids' activities, I like a party in the lot.
Okay.
And we're going to watch the totality.
You know what is interesting, too? Tom Dock, our Pet Pals TV investigative reporter in Noah's Animal Hospital, he was telling me that people were worried, the dog's going to look at the eclipse and it's going to hurt them. And he said people are the only ones that are dumb enough to stare at the eclipse.
Humans are the only ones that are foolish enough to look at the sun.
They won't do it. They'll go, okay.
Yeah, they're out all day. They see night come.
Yeah.
Dogs don't look at the sun, right? You don't look at the sun.
They might notice it's getting dark, but they're not going to stare at it, you know.
Right.
So you don't have to
need
worry.
to go get glasses for your dog.
It's what she said. Very good.
The vets say it's safe.
And
I trust the vets.
When is the event again?
It is on April 8th from 1 to 5 at the Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary grounds.
Okay.
And everywhere else in the city.
Everywhere else. Okay, we'll see you there with our glasses on.
With our glasses on.
Oakley and Winnie were happy to see me when I visited their forever home. These are two very special dogs, both deaf and blind. You'll remember Grateful Rescue saved the pair, along with 5 siblings and their father, from an Amish puppy mill. It's a place where pets are treated like livestock and live a dreadful life of nonstop breeding. Thanks to the team at Grateful Rescue, Oakley and Winnie were saved and matched with two very special young ladies. So Sydney, it was about 1.5 years ago when you come in our home and took the girls. Tell us about Diamond and Lily, now Oakley and Winnie. How's the transition been?
It's been good. They've been doing like better than when we first got them. They're like way better now and comfortable.
Yeah. And what are the challenges in raising the deaf and blind puppies? I know you've moved a couple times. Did it take a while for them to get accustomed to their new place?
Well, once the furniture was up, it only would take them like a few days, and they'd run around and figure out where everything was, and then they did pretty good. The stairs only took them like a few days, a week. They did good with going up the stairs. Down the stairs was what was harder for them.
And we're here in Sydney's beautiful bedroom, and she's going to show us the tuck-in routine.
So we're going to take her to her bed, and then we have to lay her pillows down. I don't know for sure that she's going to do it because it's not like time. You have to cover her up because she can't be cold. And then usually she'll lay like that and like fall asleep. It was mine. One night I just randomly did it. When she was like falling asleep on me on the couch, I randomly just took her to my room and like laid her down like that, and then I've done it ever since. Oakley has separation anxiety from me, so she doesn't go to bed until I lay down, and once I lay down, she'll get up and go under the blanket next to me. But if I leave her in the room alone, like at night or during the day, she'll pull at the door and she'll whine and cry. I think people should help Grateful Rescue because it's for a really good cause and it's fun and all the dogs are super sweet.
For Mom and Dad, adopting special needs dogs has been a positive experience, teaching the kids lifelong lessons in animal care.
A lot of people, when we tell them about them, their first reaction is to feel bad because they think that they're just sad or they aren't as happy as other dogs or don't get to do as much, but they go everywhere we go, they do everything we do, they go to Michigan with us, they go outside and they're pretty happy.
It's like heartwarming to see these girls with these two dogs because they love these dogs more than anything. I mean, sometimes it's a challenge. I mean, sometimes like all the dogs get hyped up at once but I wouldn't trade any of these dogs for anything in the world.
You can help Grateful Rescue save more special needs dogs from puppy mills by making a donation today at gratefulrescue.org.
And continuing from the Skyline Club with the Grateful TV show, Tom Dock is with us. You know him because you see him on TV. Yeah. He's everywhere, let me tell you that. He is the communications director for Noah's Animal Hospitals, and he has a slash. He's also the Pet Pals TV investigative reporter. And I said, Tom, everybody wants to know, what is Harry? He's from the Grateful Rescue, but they want to know what his breed is. And what did you tell me?
Well, so we did a real quick test through Base Paws, which is a new genetic company. We took a swab out of his cheek cells right there and we sent it off. And it was a really, really interesting report that came back. Most reports come back and say 25% this, 50% that, whatever, right? Yeah. He came back
with
at...
Wait. But I also was saying that people were saying, oh, he's a terrier and he's Bichon, and so people were guessing and I really didn't know, so that's why I turned to you. Okay, go ahead. Okay, give us the lowdown.
The lowdown here is that on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being perfectly identical to that breed, he is a 9.9 Maltese. So almost a perfect Maltese. He just didn't stick the landing.
Well, I love that. So you can, and I can see that now, especially since he's groomed and you can see him a little bit better. Yeah. Why is this important? Not just so that you know the breed and you say, people, well, this is what it is. Why is it important to know?
You know, if you would have asked me that question 10 years ago, what would have happened was I would have said, it's really not that important. It's for fun. Right? But now with technological advances, we can actually sequence an individual dog's DNA, their whole genome, down to the point where we can see if he's carrying certain disease markers, certain problems. Now, I will tell you, it's not perfect yet, but Harry, out of 210 different disease markers, he's not carrying a single one. Almost perfect.
You're almost perfect. Do you know that? You're almost perfect, except he needs a dental. I'll tell you, we're going to do
We're
that
working on
next.
that, yeah.
Well, you're just a wonderful, almost perfect little doggy. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
My pleasure. It's
Okay.
it's fun to learn these things.
It is. So what should you do? You want to find out your dog's DNA. What would you suggest?
Well, I would talk with your veterinarian first because they have the best options that are out there. There's several companies out there, just like with people genetics and people DNA testing. There's going to be some companies that are really good, some that are really bad, huh? And so talk with your veterinarian about what the best one is. You can do it at home with a cheek swab, or you can go to your veterinarian and have blood drawn too.
Okay.
So either way will work.
99.9. You're Maltese.
Got to stick the landing.
And we'll be back with more on Grateful Rescue TV. What's my DNA? Well, I don't want to know that.
Hey, I'm Mark Wallberg, and this is my co-star Arthur. What happened to you, boy? My new movie is based on the true story of a dog who treks hundreds of miles to find someone to love him, and ends up showing the whole entire world how extraordinary he is. Come on, boy. Lead the way. Arthur's not alone. There are dogs and cats in shelters all across the country hoping to find their very own people. And just like Arthur, they have this incredible ability to be an amazing friend. All they need is someone like you to show them the way home.
Oh, that dog just saved us.
Thank you. Best Friends Animal Society is working to make sure that every dog and cat in America has the chance to find a loving home of their very own. When you adopt your next pet from a shelter or a rescue group, you are helping to save the lives of pets like Arthur and so many others. Come on, Arthur. This is our time. Visit bestfriends.org today and find an adoptable pet near you.
That's what's up. Good job.
We're building a place where homeless animals find forever homes. A place where people connect with animals in a beautiful park. A place that brings people and pets together, building lifelong bonds. That place is the Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary, a proud partner with Best Friends Animal Society.
Molly the sheepdog once had a life of strife in a puppy mill, but now lives the life of luxury on Meridian Street in Indianapolis. The Boslers were looking for another pup and took Molly in.
We lost another dog in January and decided to give it a few months to grieve, which happens every time we lose an animal. And 2 minutes later, Barbara was looking for some online, and she found, and I said, okay, well, it'd be a small one, it has to be a small one. And next thing I knew, Molly was at our door, and Barbara portrayed it as a meet and greet.
Yeah, I spoke to Barb on the phone a couple times, and she had such a soft, kind voice. I knew she had the personality that Angel, now Molly, needed. And when we met, it was almost a perfect fit.
She showed up with the dog, the door, and a bag. And she asked to put the bag in the den. We didn't know what the bag was until we all met Molly, and then Pam said, well, I better get going. And the bag is Molly's things. They're in the den.
She seemed comfortable here. She liked their dog. And she was so, at our home, she was so frantic, pacing back and forth.
And she was pretty chill. She was pretty accepting. The problem with Molly became in the first 3 days that Molly didn't know where her body was in space, and so she would just kind of almost knock us over. She didn't jump or anything, she would just bump us. And going up and down the stairs, and we thought, oh God, this is not gonna work, you know. And she was also, the first 3 days, they kind of lose their house training a little. And then we put her in the car and she threw up. I mean, it was just like, and then I called Pam, I said, we're drowning here, what can we do?
I immediately told Barb, we need Nathan, the indie dog whisperer, because Nathan constantly amazes me.
So a lot of times with fearful dogs, there's some typical kind of stereotypical myths involved, like if we just say, baby, you're good, you're safe. If we say things in that way, that will help them understand, but it never works that way, right? The dog actually stays more fearful. And the reason is, and I tried to help them understand this, and I think they did come to understand this, is from a dog's point of view, for a fearful dog to hear that tone means now I, as a fearful dog, have a parenting job, because these humans sound like something's wrong. So now I get double watchful. Now I get double concerned. So the issue is the humans have to learn to exhibit the energy that lets the dog know everything's copacetic, man. We got it. Things are taken care of. You can begin to enjoy your life. And they took that up. You know, they said within a half hour, within a half hour, they were doing it.
Now with the knowledge in place, the Boslers and Molly have made themselves right at home. She is so comfortable that she and her housemate Daisy get into some daily hijinks.
She's a riot. She's really funny. She and Daisy run up and down the stairs, and they love these French doors that look out on Meridian, and they'll lie there and just kind of comment on the passing people. You know, some they bark at, some they let go, but that's kind of, and she really enjoys that because she's within the safety of the house.
We started out by keeping both dogs in the kitchen where we have cats as well when we would leave, because you never knew what a new dog was going to do out in the house. And we came home one day from about an hour out, and the dogs greeted us at the front door. And each accused each other of having left the door open to the kitchen. And we went out the next day, and it was about 20 minutes, and the dogs greeted us at the front door, and we had both checked to make sure the doors were closed. And so I set up my video camera on my phone, propped it against some books, and focused on the door, and watched the whole thing. It took an hour and 10 minutes before she finally came up, looked around, and you'll see the video, I think. And just she uses her big paws to turn the knob, and here's it unlatch and just pushes it open, and you'll see her run out, then you see Daisy run out after her. And on a bad day, the cats are out there too. It's like one flew over the cuckoo's nest or something like that.
Molly went from rags to living her best life on Meridian Street. For Grateful Rescue TV, I'm Adam Byers-Dunn.
We hope you enjoyed joining us here on Grateful Rescue TV, and Pamela Terhune, the show owner, the owner of the Rescue and Sanctuary, is here with a very special guy. Who's this handsome fellow?
It's the number one man in my life, Patty. This is my dad. The one I got the love of animals from.
I was just going to ask you that. So you got the love of animals from Jack, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's always loved dogs. He's always had a soft spot for me to let me bring in more dogs than I need.
Oh, yeah.
That's wonderful. Well, you should be very proud of your dog.
I wouldn't find out till later, you know. Maybe 2 or 3 days later.
Oh, look
True
at that.
story.
Well,
And
Harry
loves you.
Harry knows good people, so thank you. Oh, look at that. I love your daughter.
Well, I appreciate you liking her and loving her. I love her too, and I know she thinks a lot of you.
Okay.
Love, love, love.
Lots
of love on the set.
Sitting with these two gals, you got to be thankful. 'Cause I think a lot of both of them.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Grateful Rescue TV.
What she said.